Why good communication isn't saving your relationship and what actually will. You've read the books, you've learned the techniques, you know how to use the I statements and active listening and all the communication tools you're supposed to use. You're articulating your feelings clearly, you're being vulnerable, you're doing everything right, and your relationship still feels hollow. It still feels like two people performing connection instead of actually feeling it. Now, here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. Good communication will not save your relationship if you are using it to defend yourselves instead of actually connecting. You can speak all the right words with perfect technique and still be completely disconnected because real intimacy isn't about the words you choose, it's about the energy you bring. You're using communication as a weapon, not as a bridge. Gypsy, stop licking me. You've learned to articulate your feelings so precisely that you can dismantle your partners while in reality, you've learned to articulate your feelings so precisely that you can dismantle your partner's reality while sounding emotionally intelligent. You can describe your pain in detail while making them feel like they are the problem. You can express your needs while never once considering theirs. Communication skills without empathy are just sophisticated ways to stay disconnected. Okay, go down. You're trying to get your partner to understand you instead of trying to understand them. Every conversation becomes a campaign to make them see your perspective, validate your experience, and acknowledge your truth. And all of that might be necessary, but if you're only focused on being heard and never on hearing them, you're just having two separate monologues in the same room. Your nervous systems are dysregulated, and no amount of perfect phrasing will fix that. This is what communication workshops miss. When your body is in fight or flight, when your partner's presence triggers your survival response, it doesn't matter how beautifully you construct your sentences. Your nervous system is screaming danger and shutting down your capacity for connection. You can't think your way into feeling safe. What actually saves relationships isn't better communication, it's nervous system regulation and genuine presence. It's learning to soothe yourself instead of demanding your partner fix how you feel. It's recognizing when you're triggered and pausing instead of reacting. It's showing up in your body instead of just in your head. It's about being with each other, not explaining each other. The most connected couples I work with aren't the ones who can articulate their feelings in therapy speak. They're the ones who can sit in silence together without feeling like it is abandonment. They're the ones who can touch each other without needing words. They're the ones who've learned that presence, actual full body grounded presence, not just sitting together in front of the TV, communicates more than any carefully crafted sentence ever could. Real connection starts when you stop performing and you start feeling. When you drop the script of how a good partner should communicate and just show up honestly. When you stop monitoring whether you're saying the right thing and just say what's true. When you let yourself be messy and imperfect and human instead of polished, appropriate, and safe. Here's what will actually save your relationship. Learning to stay present when your partner is having a big feeling instead of trying to fix it or make it all about you. Recognizing your own patterns and taking responsibility for them instead of blaming your partner for triggering you. Choosing vulnerability over being right. Choosing connection over winning the argument. And sometimes saving your relationship means learning to love in the dark. to hold space even when you don't understand, to stay present even when you want to run, to keep your heart open even when theirs is closed. Not because you're self sacrificing, but because you remember that that individual in front of you is not your enemy. They're just scared, just protecting themselves, just human. After nearly 30 years as a doctor, I thought I knew everything about communication. I could deliver devastating diagnoses with perfect compassion. I could explain complex medical inflammation clearly, but I couldn't connect with my own partner. Because connection isn't about the words, it's about the willingness to be seen. I'd spent my whole life perfecting how to be helpful to others while staying completely hidden. And it wasn't until I stopped trying to communicate correctly and just started being honest, messy, imperfectly honest, that Gary and I finally found each other again.